We have seen multiple local restaurants come and go recently in Greensboro, leaving some to wonder if it's part of a bigger trend.
WFMY News 2's Manning Franks got the dish about the state of restaurants in the Triad and the state from a North Carolina leader.
By now, you're all well aware of the several restaurant closures in Greensboro just recently. But are those closures part of something bigger or just the natural rhythm of the industry? I sat down with the head of North Carolina's Restaurant and Lodging Association to find out. In the month of January, while some local restaurants have closed their doors, statewide employment numbers tell a different story.
Our numbers, what we're seeing in North Carolina, actually we're doing better than most other states comparatively.
Alan Thomas, president of the North Carolina Restaurant and Lodging Association, says seasonal closures don't necessarily signal long-term decline.
The restaurant industry is constantly reinventing itself, so we aren't seeing a downturn in the number of restaurants, but we are seeing, as you said, the early part of the year, there tends to be more closures.
According to the North Carolina Department of Commerce, hospitality employment in December 2025 totaled nearly 461,000 jobs, up more than 1,000 compared to December 2024.
Well, one of the big impacts for North Carolina is we're a net positive on people moving into the state. And when you move into a state, normally it's because you have the financial means to be able to do so.
Still, operators are navigating price pressures tied to tariffs and supply costs. At Daryl's in Greensboro, that balancing act is constant.
We're in a certainty business, well, get it as certain as we can, and so especially when you don't see an end in sight and there's no way to predict whether it's going to go up, down, or what's coming next, it's a challenge, and it's been something that we've had to overcome.
Operating manager Larry Williams says when prices fluctuate,
thank you so much,
predictability disappears.
You have to adjust, accordingly, and now, you run the fine line of, how much can you adjust, how much can you burden the consumer, if you will, with, when they're feeling the pinch, everywhere else.
Now, Thomas says that the Supreme Court ruling striking down President Trump's tariffs could ease some of the uncertainty restaurants have been wrestling with, giving them a clearer path into 2026.